are movie menu reviews. Celebrating our Sweet 16 because everything is awesome. On today's menu, we'll be reviewing the Lego Movie 2, the second part, as well as our second take.
Yes.
Welcome, ladies and gents. I'm Dan the Man Muñoz. Let's try this one more time. We had technical difficulties, but hopefully you can hear us now.
Yeah, for those listening to
Can
the
you hear
podcast, we kind of screwed up.
Yeah, please let us know if you can hear us.
Yes.
Or if you can't.
So I'm Dan the Man Muñoz, host of Movie Menu Reviews, your weekly movie news and reviews podcast. Joining us today is our special correspondent, Rigo.
Hey, guys.
Rigo.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
You're welcome, I suppose.
Thanks for being back for the second take.
Yes. For not walking
I
out.
kind of wanted to go home already, but
you,
Dan
you
killed
looked
everything.
like you wanted
I
to go
do.
home. Yeah.
I like to kill everything. I mean, you did not get that on audio. Also joining us today is our co-host. Oh, they saying that we got sound, that they can hear us now.
Hey!
Thank you, Brian, and thank you,
Thank
Lisa,
you.
which I believe is
Thank
your
you.
sister.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks, Lisa, for checking it out.
Thank you.
Also joining us today is our co-host, Z.
Yes. Thank you.
Also here is our co-host, Mike Stan.
Hey.
Mike!
That was a very low yay.
Moving on. So we're going to go ahead and review the Lego Movie 2, the second part, as well as going to Oscar predictions. The Oscars are February 24th, so we want to go ahead and give our predictions now. But before we do that, let's go into the review for the Lego Movie 2, the second part. Directed by Mike Mitchell, written by Matthew Fogel, Phil Lord, and Christopher Miller. Here's the plot. It's been 5 years since everything was awesome, and the citizens are facing a huge new threat. Lego Duplo invaders from outer space, wrecking everything faster than they can rebuild. Starring Chris Pratt, and Chris Pratt.
Well done.
And Elizabeth
Spoilers?
Banks, Tiffany Haddish, Stephanie Beatrice, and Will Arnett. Depending on your spoiler-free review, because I didn't give any spoilers away,
I feel like you did.
I would decide this movie is worth the dining and watch it in theaters, take out, wait and watch it at home, or leftovers. Go ahead and turn into a Lego to get blown up out of nowhere. Now, Rigo, as our special correspondent, will allow you this time, and this time only, to earn a point if you go ahead and you win.
Well, if I earn a point, I'm not giving it to you.
Please do not, because we do not want the points.
We don't want the points.
Honestly, if you were really mad at me for any reason,
I would give
you would give me the point
Yeah.
because it's not a thing that we want anymore.
Remember, everything is not awesome when you give us the points.
Yes.
We don't want the points.
And so on that note, let's go ahead and rate this film. Even though we kind of already know the rating, but for the audience tuning in again,
Yeah, for the podcasters.
let's go ahead and pretend we're hearing it for the first time. Rigo, go.
After much consideration,
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a dine-in.
Yeah.
Z?
After also a good session and meditation, I'm going to go with a very soft dine-in.
How soft?
Like yogurt soft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Frozen
That's
yogurt
pretty
soft?
soft.
Yeah.
Oh, if it's frozen yogurt, then
I
it's
was
not that
say-
soft.
Or is it like
Yeah.
marshmallow soft?
It's more like it's been in the fridge for a while and it's starting to get a little stinky.
That's like
Marshmallows?
Sure.
Okay. In the fridge?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
for God's sake, Mike,
next to the
give your rating.
All right. It's soft dine-in as well.
Oh, okay.
Pillow soft.
I have now changed your mind.
It is memory foam soft.
Yeah, I feel like this one you're
It's a
gonna.
little too soft.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna forget this one pretty quickly.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I enjoy. You know what? There's a lot more music in this, and I appreciated that.
I did not.
Okay, now
Interesting.
my rating, if you guys would shut the hell
No.
up,
No, we don't care
Moving
about
on.
your yeah.
is also a dine-in. I can see why you guys gave it a soft dine-in. It's not as good as the first one. As I mentioned before, this movie is not directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. And you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy the fact that it's still humorous. It's still very meta, which I think Phil Lord and Christopher Miller is great at doing, making their film is very meta. And I did enjoy the music, like Mike mentioned. Sorry, Z. I disagree with you on that.
Well, hold on a second. But I feel like this movie suffers from the Guardians of the Galaxy issue, which is like it was so novel, so new for the first time when you watched it, and you're like, you didn't expect. I did not expect Lego Movie to be good, and I'm pretty sure everybody here, at least I remember watching it with you guys.
Yeah.
We did not expect to actually have a lot of fun.
And we went to the premiere.
Yeah, we went to the premiere for the first time. Yeah.
we
In a room full of
how'd
children.
you guys get into the premiere?
We have a podcast guy? Come on.
We were
Like,
that
hello.
good.
They were like, "Oh, movie menu, come right in."
Yeah.
And they gave us free
Go
food.
Gofobo?
Yeah, but the
it was go.
It was good. But the important thing was we watched in a theater full of children, and they were all laughing. Whereas in this one, I went to go watch it. Now, to be fair, I paid a little bit extra to watch it in like the Dolby theater, so there were not a lot of children in there. But the children that were in there weren't laughing as much, and I think that's just indicative of how lacking of humor. And it could be the fact that Mitchell was a director in this one.
No.
You know what I think about that too?
Do you honestly know the reason why I felt like this movie didn't do so well? Because also when I went to see it the first time, there was only like 3 other people in the movie theater. But I feel like Lego Batman came out, and then Lego Ninjago came out.
Which suffered.
Which I feel like that now is becoming like a franchise of the Lego movies that have becoming diminishing returns.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys see Ninjago?
No.
I did. It was terrible.
Was it?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I love Batman, Lego Batman. I thought it was really good.
That was a really good meta movie too.
Yeah, and they even talk about it in this film, which I thought was really funny.
They do.
Yeah.
But I feel like for some reason the people are just not go. Even this film did not make that as much money as they had hoped in the box office.
Well, and I think I'll agree with you on that. I think that because people, even at that though, going in with lowered expectations, I would have enjoyed this movie a lot more. But I wasn't going with high expectations. I walked in on it going like, all right, this might be good, this might be bad. And for the first 2/3 of the movie, I was just going along with the ride, but I wasn't really enjoying myself. It's up until the last act in which I finally was like, okay, now they found their groove. Now they're actually having fun with the movie. Now the meta stuff is there. Also, the small little quips and jokes were there. As well as the heart. So the fact that I was enjoying it up until the last third just tells me how badly directed and the pacing is in this movie. Like, you're going to go and watch this movie and you're just going to be like, well, this is not the same as the first one. This is the same way that you were watching Guardians of the Galaxy and you were like, this is novel, this is brand new, this is awesome. This one doesn't give you a quick zinger right away, right? Everything is Awesome was a very annoying song at first, but by the end of the movie, you're also singing it. And this one, there is an annoying song in there, but it doesn't hit you up until like right around the last act.
No, but I also feel like what lacked in this film is that in the first film, you follow a larger group of people, which is not just Emmett, but you have like Charlie Day's character, which in this film is very limited,
right? Yeah,
as well as Nick Offerman's the pirate. It's very limited in this film.
Yeah.
And there was more of an ensemble piece, which yes, Lucy and Emmett were the main focus in the first film, but they also like had these great characters with them. And this film is mostly just Emmett and some Lucy, and the minor characters are not as important as they were in the first film.
Yeah.
So I feel like that took away a lot of the fun of the interactions between the characters.
Yeah.
And you had the potential of more meta jokes, but because it was very limited with who was in the scene, it just felt like, okay, we're going, and just for the lack of a better word, very televisual, where we're focusing more on the characters.
Your favorite word.
I
feel like you, audience, need to take a shot, and we need to
every
take a shot
time I say
every time
televisual.
So,
honestly, this felt like I could watch it on Nickelodeon or the Cartoon Network, and it would have been just fine. It didn't give me anything brand new. The characters didn't grow realistically at all.
I disagree on that.
With the exception of the human characters, and that's about all we can say about that because that becomes spoiler territory.
Yeah, you're right. Well, they do kind of tie in how the human characters are related to the Lego characters. So and they don't hide that. So to go into to back it up a little bit, for those who may not know what the heck we're talking about. So first, I wanted to mention as a side note, if you want to get free tickets to movies, GoFobo
Why
check
are
out
you?
Go
Why
No,
are you
don't plug
playing
them,
them?
dude.
We already said it.
We're
No.
not sponsored.
We're
by
not.
Gumball
Yeah,
either,
shut up.
so-
Just go with.
But
Jesus,
free-
Mike.
Go
free,
on,
free
Mike.
tickets.
Go on,
I'm
go
just
on.
saying, if someone's
Mike,
listening,
Mike, go on.
if someone's listening and they hear GoFobo, they're like, "What the hell's GoFobo?"
Then we can Google it.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're in no way related to it, but I'm
Jesus.
just helping you guys out. That's
We're all
all.
just jumping on Mike, going like, "Mike, just get to your damn point."
So other things. So Z, in his constant use of the word meta. If you didn't see the first Lego movie, it kind of breaks the
Fourth wall.
It breaks the fourth wall in the film, where a part of the plot line is that humans are playing with the Legos, and it kind of goes back and forth. So this film actually takes it one step further, which
Yeah.
I appreciated, and you can kind of imagine what that means. I won't go into too much detail and spoil that for you, but I think that's a part of the fun of this film.
Yeah.
So and actually that's a part of the film that won me over. So I agree with Z that it did kind of
It took too long to get there.
So the humor, the humor is goofy, and I think that's a part of the charm of just the Lego movies in general. And I think they try to keep that same type of humor in this film, and it has hits and misses, but overall, I think the message in the film is pretty clear, and I think it's a great message for kids. It's a kids movie, and I think the kids will love this regardless.
Actually, I was
You're
in a
gonna
theater
disagree?
full of kids, and I have to disagree with you on
Really?
that. Like the kids at first, when it started, were like, "Yay, Lego!" And throughout the movie, there was silence.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that was part of the problem. That the
Interesting.
only people that were laughing in the theater were the parents.
Yep.
Which in me tells me that the jokes, they were funny. I got all the jokes, but some of the jokes that were in there, they weren't for kids. Kids
Nope.
were like,
Yep.
"What's going on
And
here?"
don't like talk down to a movie or because
down
it's
to
an
a movie?
animated movie that's automatically for kids.
No, I mean,
It's not just a kids movie.
I know, but I mean, let's be
I
honest.
feel like that's a cop out answer.
No. I mean, let's be honest though. The Lego franchise is for kids though.
Is
I
it
mean,
really though? I don't think it is, to be honest with you.
Really?
Well,
You
no,
don't think it is?
well, no.
yeah, I guess maybe I think you're right about that in terms of like Lego Batman.
It's like when
But-
we were kids, there were jokes that would go over our heads.
Yeah.
But now as we're adults, we get them. It's like I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
it's similar to that.
But
Well, but I also I agree with Mike here. This movie it's interesting because the audience in this film felt split, like what Rigo was saying, because part one was made for, I feel like it was made for adults. And if you don't agree with that, then again, let me spoil it for you. At the very end, Will Ferrell, the father of the story, I don't think they have character names, and the son discovers him playing with his old Legos. So Will Ferrell's character discovers his son playing with the things, and he has to grow and respect that the boy wants to play with them. This movie, so that's the first movie. It was intended for the audience of adults, because obviously the kids are not going to understand that portion, right? They're going to enjoy the jokes, they're going to enjoy the silliness, but that was a movie meant for adults. This one, however, felt like it was made for kids, and that's kind of what, in my mind, why I feel like the focus of the humans were more on the children than anything else. I don't think it's spoiling anything. It was set up in the first movie. So the fact that it's geared towards children, and then the children are missing out on it, the jokes, that just tells you how incorrectly judged Mike Mitchell had when he was making this movie, was that he was making it, and ideally I thought he was going to try making it for the kids, and it landed more with the adults. So I think because of the message, the way that he was orchestrating the message, it just didn't work. And I honestly was bored. I was bored for a good majority of the movie, and up until, again, the last third of the movie, did I actually enjoy being in that theater with the characters.
I feel like there was more than just a third, that there was some fun moments. Like, excuse me, if you saw the first film and this film back to back,
Yes.
they do a very, in two films, they did what Shaun of the Dead did in one film, where in Shaun of the Dead, he has his daily routine where he walks to the store and then he walks home, and you see all the people he's interacting with and whatnot in the human world, and then he does it again in the zombie world.
yeah.
It's the same exact thing.
It was exactly the same thing. It was great. It was charming.
This one, in the first movie, you see Emmett interacting with everyone in Bricksburg, which is,
Apocalypseburg.
But no, the first film.
Gotcha,
the first
gotcha,
movie.
gotcha.
You see him interact with everyone, and they basically copied the same exact thing for part two,
did.
but in Apocalypseburg.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
yeah.
hilarious because they kept it the same, but it was different, which is that I thought was hilarious. That's
Yeah.
very meta. The fact that they kept it the same way in
Yeah.
the first film,
Yeah.
and it delivered. And there was fun moments like that they drew from that I really, 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 really enjoyed.
Yeah.
In this film,
But
I agree there were some moments that were lackluster.
Yeah.
And
And
I
and
guess-
it's hard for me to blame Mike Mitchell. Now, Mike Mitchell has directed some pretty good stinkers, like Trolls for one. He also directed.
No wonder there was so much music in this one. Now it all
Yeah,
makes
he also
sense to
directed
me.
Shrek Forever After, which was like, why did they make that movie? So I feel like they chose him, but the script for me was the thing that was lacking, and that's just again Phil Lord and what was it Christopher Miller.
and Matthew Fogel.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where the movie falls apart, is that the script itself just wasn't that good. The music, honestly,
So
Why?
I thought it
No,
was
the music was great.
I thought it was so like there's a scene where Batman's rapping about how cool he is.
Yes.
and it's I thought it was fun to hear like the it's the actual Batman theme song like in the
yeah, but
background.
it's such a deviation from the original movie.
it's
That's my issue, is that I went in expecting
Not
something.
really, because the first one it just had the one song.
The
but
one
the
song.
one song was everywhere.
no, there was a handful of songs
No.
in here actually.
No,
just
there
one.
wasn't, Mike.
Is there?
No, yeah, there's a handful. You got the main one, which is
Everything Is Awesome?
You got Everything Is Awesome. You also got Everything Is Not Awesome.
No, that's from
That's
part
the second
two.
one.
We're talking
No,
about- we're talking about
I'm
the first
sorry.
movie.
Jesus, which movie are we reviewing? The first one or the second one? God damn it, you
No,
guys.
he's comparing that there was no music in the first one.
I'm sorry.
This-
I thought we were talking about the movie we're supposed to be reviewing, which is
Damn
the
it, Mike.
second part.
Listen, so he didn't enjoy this one because there's too much music, where in the
Yes.
first one there wasn't music.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Got
I'm
it.
saying that
Okay.
they Everything Is Awesome was used like in so many moments in the first
Right.
film. It seemed like it was almost a musical in that sense, because it was used over and
Totally.
over and
Yeah.
over and over again.
But see, I felt like
got
this
you.
one should have introduced Everything's Not Awesome, or what was the other song?
It's gonna stick in your head or something.
yeah, that one.
yeah.
They should have introduced that one very early on, and I didn't need to have all the other
No,
music.
it's fun. I had a fun time. I thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
Especially
it
like
is more musical.
This is not a thing, and it is very funny because they even talk about it in the movie itself.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite songs was the one in the credits. Did you guys see it?
Yeah,
The credits was
Oh,
fun.
with Lonely
See,
Island.
The,
That
the-
was
the
a good
credits
song.
are the best part.
It sounded like the Lone.
It was that.
Oh, really?
Okay.
It was.
It
So-
seemed like the
the
Lonely
song.
Island.
The music does have like that Lonely Island personality in
Yeah.
it. You can hear it, and
Yeah,
I
and who knew Tiffany? I wonder if Tiffany had sang. She sounded like she sang the song.
It
I
sounded
didn't know
like
she
it.
can sing.
Yeah,
She
me
did a
neither.
good job.
Yeah.
Charlie Day, not so much.
Oh, Charlie Day was awful.
Yeah,
He was.
he was pretty bad, but,
I mean,
it
he's
works
not-
with the character. I
Yeah.
guess.
I think he was underutilized in this movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no, no, totally.
Insanely underutilized.
That's what.
He was totally utilized. Oh, I'm talking about part one.
well,
I
no,
can't
no.
remember if it was the first take or this take, but I think it was this take where I talked about how the characters were very underutilized.
Yeah, even Brie Larson, who I loved as the sparkly kitten.
Unicat.
Yeah, Unicat.
yeah.
She wasn't used at all in this. I was like, this is weak. This is. It
Well,
was
she's
just,
used in the beginning, but
Yeah.
but now it's not to her full potential.
Yeah, and again, it's just a different mood. I feel like because this movie begins on a different like step, it just felt like it's like a Mad Max mood. It just begins with that, and you're like,
Just-
okay, this is odd. Like
that was fun.
I wanted them to play more into it, but they didn't do it as like heavily. Like it could go more
Technically,
meta.
it doesn't start off in Mad Max world. Technically, it starts off exactly where the first one left off.
Yes, that's true. But you know what I mean?
Yes,
Dan.
yes, yes.
Yeah, is that the mood is just so different in this one that I just felt because of that reason.
But they cover that because she, Lucy Wildstyle, she even says like brooding.
Yes.
She talks. She goes
Yeah,
the whole
yeah, yeah,
background
yeah.
on brooding, which is pretty funny. But I don't know.
It just it just was lacking, is what I'm saying. I could have watched this at home, and I'm not saying
what
take
did you
out.
think of the new characters? Tiffany Haddish's character and Stephanie Beatrice's character, Captain Mayhem or Commander Mayhem,
Yeah,
and what's Silva or be whatever the Queen.
the Queen. Yeah,
What did you guys think of those characters?
Rigo.
They were okay to me,
Yeah.
I guess. Nothing special.
Yeah, I thought I liked Queen whatever wannabe. I think that's how you pronounce it. Whatever wannabe. I really like that character, and again, I only like that character because it serves the ending so well.
No, it just the problem with the film is that it seemed very rushed.
Yeah.
Once they got to the Sistar system.
Okay.
Because I don't want to give too much away, but stuff happens, and like all this stuff happens, and I don't know.
Also, the plot contrivance at the very end, I could have done without it. Honestly, it just felt so silly, and I mean, okay,
Queen whatever wanna be.
Yeah. Whatever want to be. Yeah.
So you're saying like the getting to the Sistar system should have been faster, and the Sistar system itself should have taken longer.
Yeah, you could have focused more on the sub characters at that point.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think.
And it's General Mayhem, not Commander Mayhem.
Yes.
General
Okay.
Mayhem.
Okay. Thanks for fact checking yourself.
Yeah.
Why is Mike so angry today? Jesus.
Because we keep talking about the first one, he keeps on talking about the second.
I think he's mad because we're like, we don't like the music, and Mike is like, Mike is all
No,
about the
I
music.
like the music.
No.
No,
I'm the one who didn't like
I
the
don't
music.
know. I'm just letting out anger. I'm
No,
sorry.
You do you, Mike.
Forgive me.
It's okay. But
Whatever want to be.
whatever want to
I
be.
want
Yeah.
to be angry.
But I agree.
sorry.
I kind of feel like we should have focused more on like the secondary characters like Brie Larson, Nick Offerman. Like that would have been a great place. I think that there's like a whole section that got cut.
Now that begs the question: will there be a part 3?
I hope not.
The third part.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
It made very low money this weekend.
Then no.
I think they should try to make another Lego Batman movie instead.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Focus on
Yeah.
that.
Now, the first one was not nominated for an Oscar. Do you think this one will be nominated for next year's Oscar?
No.
No,
Best Animated
absolutely
Feature?
not.
For
Yeah.
nothing, not even song.
Yeah.
No.
Right, because Everything Was Awesome was nominated for the song, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I don't think this one had.
I
any-
don't think it was.
It was.
I don't think
it
anything
was nominated. Everything Is Awesome was not
Yeah.
nominated for best song.
I think
But the
Rigo's
movie
correct.
wasn't nominated at all.
The movie wasn't nominated, but the song
just
was.
the song.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes yeah.
Yeah, and
Let's
it's
fact check that.
this it's
Go ahead.
it's strange because this movie reminds me a little bit of oh shoot, what's the boxing movie with Michael B. Jordan?
Creed 2.
Yeah, this reminds me a little bit of Creed 2, where you have they have the director who took over, who makes a movie that's not as good, but see. Creed
Okay,
2
it was
had
nominated.
such. You're welcome. Creed 2 had such an emotional core to it that you forgave its lacking of like cinematic shots. This one, there's nothing about it that I'm like, I'm gonna remember. That's my issue. Is I'm gonna walk away from this movie going like, yeah, I've forgotten most of it already.
Yeah, and that's true because that's the way I felt this morning, with the exception of a couple of cameos that I was like, that was good.
right.
There were some fun cameos. Would it be spoiler to mention them?
Yes.
Yes, it would be.
I
Yeah,
don't
there's some solid. It's funny. They're funny.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the argument though about the jokes, because
Who's the audience?
Yeah, who's the audience? Because one of the jokes was for
You're absolutely right
a
about
person, and like the kid
No-
behind me was like,
Yeah,
who's
no one's
that?
gonna catch that.
No
yeah.
one, no, yeah, that's a total, that's totally for the parents.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian says, hello, everyone. Brian
Hey.
Lozano.
Hi,
hey,
Brian.
what's up, Brian?
Hey, Brian.
Thanks for
What's up,
checking it out,
Brian?
man.
I think he was one of our sound check guys. I really
Yes.
appreciate that we have an audience member who was just checking up on us.
Thanks.
Your sister as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And my brother texts us too, like, "Hey man, there's no sound on this." I
Yeah.
think my brother's listening for the first time. My little nephew wanted us to say hello to him.
Oh,
so-
hello,
Hey,
hello,
Eric.
Eric.
Hey, how's it going,
Nice
Eric?
to see you, Eric. Hopefully you like our setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a new setup.
Yeah.
We didn't mention that on the.
The new take. Oh yeah. By the way, this is our new setup, and I want to give a shout out to Z and Mike for working hard on it.
Thank you. Yeah.
If you can't see it, if you're listening to this to on iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher, or wherever you listen to your
It
podcast,
sounds different.
yeah,
It doesn't.
Just know that we have a new setup. Watch us on Facebook or YouTube to take a look to see our setup, and awesome posters behind us.
Yes. All right. Anybody else comment?
No, that's it.
All right.
So on that note, let's go ahead and give the Lego Movie 2, the second part, a dine-in, watch it in theaters.
Yes.
Maybe a soft dine-in, but
You
either
can
way,
watch it at $5 or whatever.
did
Yeah,
you-
$5 Tuesday.
Did you
Yes.
guys? So you saw it in the Dolby. Does that mean that you saw it in 3D?
No, I did not, but I watched it in like the clear, bright screen and the shaky seats. So it was really cool to watch it that way, and I think I'm going to watch most animations in that mode from now on. I'm not a fan of 3D, as you know, so no.
Well,
I
the
did not
next one
watch
is How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World. So
it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that in my Dolby theater.
Okay, so on that note, let's go ahead. And
You can watch it in 5. Transition over.
Transition. Eventually to the next thing that we're going to do.
Everything's not awesome.
which is-
Everything is breaking on this show.
Hey, shut
It's
up.
all dance hall.
Rigo, you're get fired. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to give our Oscar predictions, and I'm going to go over 9 categories that we're going to cover. And are we going to do a bet this time, or are we just going to...
I don't know.
What did we bet last time?
We always do a segment, but do we want to do that?
Okay, whoever
Whoever
wins
It's
gets
a host for the rest of the season.
Hold on, no. Whoever loses.
That's good. Whoever loses has to host for the rest of the season. Whoever wins gets coffee
Dan's
or
a host.
boba.
No. Whoever
has to prepare the movie. That's all. Dan will still stay the host, but they'll have to do the heavy lifting as far.
Well, that's
as
not fair
prep.
because if it's you always forget.
Well, then whoever like
is
gets
second, then that's
second
remind Mike.
Whoever
it'll-
gets second to last
so it'll be me.
has to remind me. Then whoever gets
Because
first.
we know you're going to be last.
Wow. I don't think so.
He's been last every.
I don't think so.
I think
Mike,
he won one time.
I think one.
He didn't win.
No.
He's not gonna-
I only lost once to Chris.
Yeah.
But every other time I've won.
He's not going to be last because I'm going with like long shots this year.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think. Well, the last time.
But we don't want you to be
no,
host.
No,
though.
you're not going to. Yeah.
No, you know what? If I win, I'm going to put an embargo on Dan. No Avengers for 2 weeks.
Rigo, you can
No.
fuck off first of
No,
all.
2 weeks.
What is no Avengers for 2 weeks?
That means when the movie comes out, he cannot watch it for 2 weeks.
We're reviewing it. We have
Oh,
to watch
okay,
it.
they can watch it.
It's
You don't
my,
have to watch it.
It is
to
my
review it.
job to watch it. So fuck off.
No, you don't have to watch it to review it.
off.
That's pretty messed up.
I like this. I like this.
Come on, who doesn't like that idea?
I like it. It's a good
Then
idea.
you could do a spoiler
I don't
free
give
and
a
a spoiler
fuck about
review.
what you guys like or don't like.
Is-
It's not going to happen.
Will that work out if Rigo wins?
No.
No. Okay.
What if Rigo beats you?
I don't
Yeah,
give
yeah,
a fuck. No, but it's not going to happen.
But that's a safe bet because he's not going to win.
I agree with Z. It's a safe bet.
Come
Come on,
That's
let's
a
go
bet
with the Dan. I'm
because-
going with long shots.
Because Vigo is a line person, and he can say he's doing a long shot and then pick all the winners.
I'm not.
Anyways, let's get into the predictions. please.
I love how Dan
Everyone
got as
shut
mad
up.
as Mike did about the music right now. He was like,
did?
"No, I need Avengers in my life now."
Yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm just kidding.
I
All
hope
right.
Iron Man dies.
We all want that to happen.
I hope all of them
Shut
die.
up.
Yeah. Okay. Are
And
we
let's
ready
go
to
to the nominations. So first nomination that we're going to do is Best Visual Effects. Shut the fuck up, Rigo.
Why are
The
you?
first one is Avengers.
Shut
Shut up.
Did you put a disclaimer on
Yeah,
this?
that
Since
was
you're
a
like
weird-
potty
I don't
mouth
care.
here.
That was very aggressive.
I
man.
know.
Avengers Infinity War for Best Visual Effects, Christopher Robin, First Man, Ready Player One, or Solo: A Star Wars Story.
All right.
That's why I'm telling Rigo to shut up.
Well,
Solo
okay.
a Star Wars story.
It is in there, but you know what? Suicide Squad won. I think
Best
visual,
makeup.
no makeup.
Best makeup.
Yeah. So just saying, if Solo wins, then it becomes.
Wait, why are you talking?
Well,
Mike, you go first.
thank you. Just because you weren't directing us.
All right, I'm gonna give it to Avengers.
Okay.
Interesting.
Rigo,
I'm gonna go with Ready Player One.
Z.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ready Player One. It seems like the solid win.
Okay, and I'm gonna go with Avengers. as
Really?
well.
It's-
All right.
Why would you go with Avengers over Ready
The
Player
next
One?
movie we're gonna talk
No,
about
no,
is
no, it's a serious
Best
question.
Animated Feature, Incredibles 2,
I like he's just skipping right through.
Isle of Dogs,
What was
Murray,
I'm sorry. What was the category again?
Best Animated Feature.
Oh, got you.
Incredibles 2,
Okay.
Isle of Dogs. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Murray.
Let's go with it. Yeah.
Ralph Breaks the Internet or Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Rigo?
Okay, for this one, I'm gonna go with what I feel was the best movie of last year.
Yeah.
If we would have done a best of 2018, I don't know if you guys didn't do that, right? No best.
No.
Of,
No, we didn't
didn't
get a
have
chance to.
okay, that would have been my number one movie, Spider-Man Into the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. It was the best movie experience I had last year at the theater.
Z?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Into the Spider-Verse as well because I just felt like the animation was unique in its style and the fact that it used multiple styles as well. I think all the other ones in this category kind of lacked a little bit, and that's saying a lot because Pixar's in here. We have
Disney's in here.
yeah, and it's crazy, but I do honestly feel like Sony Animation once has actually pulled it out, and I think they're gonna win.
I think it was a solid year for animated movies last year.
It was
And but I'm gonna go with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse as well.
same reason.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's the best animated film of last year.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised it's not nominated for Best Picture.
It should be nominated.
It should be. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with all you guys. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It was super unexpected in how good it actually was.
Right?
How much I actually enjoyed it.
No, it was, yeah.
I agree.
Well, and the other really interesting part is that it's directed by 3 different people. So I assume that if they do win, all 3 will be up there.
Yeah.
So it's just really unique on the directing style.
Well, right now, what's nominated are the producers. So the directors might go up too, but the producers are the ones who are nominated.
Totally.
So the next category is Best Cinematography. The favorites, Never Look Away, Roma, A Star Is Born, or Cold War. Z.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with the one that, for me, I watched interviews with all the directors for the Golden Globes, and they all asked Alfonso Cuarón, how did you do those shots?
I saw the same interview.
Yeah, and so I kind of feel like it's a safe bet that Cuarón's going to win this one because, honestly, there's some beautiful shots. I know it's a difficult movie for people to watch, but because if you get rewarded for watching it, because it's such a visual storytelling. It's beautiful. So
I'm also going to go with Roma.
Yeah.
For the same reason, and the fact that it's long takes as well.
Yeah, I think
beautiful canvases of the city of Roma in Mexico.
Yeah, they agreed.
Mike?
Yeah, I agree. Roma, that's one of the strengths of this film for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Rigo?
Yes, Roma as well.
Okay, Best Supporting Actor, Mahershala Ali for The Green Book, Adam Driver for Black Klansman, Sam Elliott for A Star Is Born, Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me, or Sam Rockwell for Vice. I'm going to pick Mahershala Ali for Green Book.
Okay.
Mike?
Interesting. Let me think about this.
Rigo?
Okay, I haven't seen Green Book, so it's
Yeah.
really this goes without like putting that into my perspective, because I am going to see it before the Oscars, obviously.
Cool.
But I'm going to go with Adam Driver.
Interesting.
With Black Klansman. I really enjoyed his performance in that movie.
He was solid in that one. And this is a really hard category because I feel like, Sam Elliott has the underdog card. He has been in so many movies, and he probably will win this one, to be honest, because it feels like he's a legacy. Richard E. Grant.
Does he have one?
No, I don't think he's ever won one.
Maybe that will pull him over the hump.
Richard E. Grant was absolutely brilliant in Can You Ever Forgive Me? And I forget who the other one was.
Sam Rockwell from Vice.
Sam Rockwell, honestly.
He's a favorite of the Oscars.
Totally. Everybody loves Sam Rockwell. But I'm going to go with Mahershala Ali because he honestly, he gave such a beautiful performance, and the fact that this character was super complex. Mahershala Ali pulled it out. Like, honestly, he's also an Oscar favorite. And I think he won it 2 years ago.
For Moonlight.
For Moonlight. So I feel like he's going to win this once more.
Mike?
Yeah, I'll give it to Mahershala as well.
Yeah.
It was it was just the decision for me was between Sam Rockwell and Mahershala Ali.
Really? Okay.
But I think Sam Rockwell was it felt more like a cameo.
It did. It wasn't that much of a big role.
Best Supporting Actress, Amy Adams for Vice, Marina de Tavila for Roma, Regina King for Beale Street Can Talk, Emma Stone for The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz for The Favorite. Rigo?
I'm going to go with Amy.
No, actually, I'm sorry. Well, go on, it should have been
sorry.
Mike next, but
but
it's okay.
I'm going to go with Amy Adams in Vice. I felt her performance was great. I felt that the way she was portrayed in the movie, I know it was about, what's his name?
Dick Cheney?
Dick Cheney. But to me, like, it was more about her because she was the one that was pushing him throughout everything.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for her, like, Dick Cheney wouldn't be Dick Cheney. So her performance to me was great.
That's fair.
Hold on real quick. Ashley Suzanne says the new setup looks great.
All right.
Ashley.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Ash.
Appreciate it.
Mike?
Do
you want me to read the nominees again?
You know what? Yeah. Amy Adams. Let's go with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Z?
Let's see. I don't know. This was the supporting categories are always hard. Rachel Weisz. I just finished watching The Favorite, and Rachel Weisz was probably so amazing in that movie. But I'm gonna go with who did I put down on this? Regina King.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm also going with Regina King as
yeah.
well. It'd be a Street Can Talk.
Because honestly, like again, right? This is Moonlight director and
Barry Jenkins.
Yeah, Barry Jenkins. And
she's a powerhouse in that film.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Regina King. Again, strong category. All the women in this category are solid, including Amy Adams. It's just
so
hard.
close.
Yeah, it's really close.
So 2 for Amy Adams and 2 for Regina King.
Cool.
Interesting. Best Actor.
Yeah.
Christian Bale, Vice, Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born, William Dafoe, At Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, Viggo Mortensen for Green Book. This is really hard. Z.
Okay, so again, super hard, and I'm hoping we all disagree with this one. But I'm going to go with Vice, Christian Bale. I feel like he had the most, obviously, body transformation, but also just in the way that he characterized and humanized Dick Cheney. I remember talking with you guys about it on the review, going like, I want to watch it at home. And I'm glad I watched it at home because I was able to enjoy just the nuances that he portrayed as Dick Cheney. I wanted to hate him because he's the devil. But at the same time, there was parts of me where I was like, I feel really sad for him. So Christian Bale was able to bring that to life. And I think that very last moment in the movie where he looked at the camera and just breaks the fourth wall and tells you to go fuck yourself, that was brilliant. So I just think that it's such a great performance.
I agree. Christian Bale is great, but I'm gonna go with Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, exactly. He
I
did
feel
such
like
a good job.
He encompassed Freddie Mercury. We weren't just watching a performance; like he became him.
My issue with his performance was that he didn't sing, and I know it's hard to replicate, but
he did sing. He sang. He just incorporated his voice and Freddie's voices together. But he
did sing. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah,
okay,
they actually used 3 different voices.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
okay,
Freddie's, Raimi's, and then I can't remember.
There's some guy from YouTube who they got onto Queen.
Yeah,
so
yeah. So it was a combination of the 3. But I'm gonna go with Christian Bale.
Okay,
So I think he was the most dedicated.
he was so good.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't a huge fan of Vice, but
yeah.
But in terms of what Christian Bale accomplished in that, and just like with the weight gain, just every little detail he could possibly get, I think I didn't even know it was Christian Bale when I first saw the trailer.
Right. It was
had no idea.
cool. Yeah.
Rigo?
I agree with Z and Mike. I'm gonna go with Christian Bale for Vice.
We'll see see who's
So
right.
you're the only one who's standing out. Huh?
Rami, yeah.
Okay.
I like I said, I do agree with you that Rami Malek's performance was powerful, but in general, the whole movie as a whole, like I don't think it was enough.
Yeah, but Viggo Mortensen also did a lot of weight gain. He also did such a great job of that.
Bradley Cooper was great. In
Bradley Cooper was pretty. I liked his performance more than his direction. So yeah, this is a really solid category too.
Okay, Best Actress: Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, Glenn Close for The Wife, Olivia Colman for The Favorite, Lady Gaga for A Star Is Born, Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me?
Okay.
I'm going to pick Glenn Close for The Wife.
Good call. Yeah, Glenn Close. I didn't. That movie, honestly, her eyes alone. She does a lot of great storytelling with her eyes in that movie. So, yeah, that's a good call.
Mike?
Can you read off the list again, then?
Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, Glenn Close, The Wife, Olivia Colman, The Favorite, Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born, Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me?
I don't know. I in this particular category, I just have a feeling that Lady Gaga is going to get it.
Do you really think so?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, go for it. Rigo?
Oh my God.
They tied at the Critics' Choice Awards, I believe. Or one of the awards. Lady Gaga and Glenn Close, they tied.
Really?
I think this is a 2-person race, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But
between Lady Gaga
and Glenn Close.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think I'm just going with because I haven't seen the Glenn Close movie yet. I'm gonna go with Lady Gaga because I really enjoyed her performance in A Star Is Born.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot of people didn't, but I did. I thought it was great, and she was just doing what she does normally, which is be herself.
Z?
I wasn't a huge fan of The Favorite, but I think that Olivia Colman's performance of somebody who is depressed. You don't expect to see that kind of character, and you don't expect to see that sort of maniacal behavior. However, I think that her portrayal of Queen Anne was such a complex one. And if you get a chance, just watch it, because she's just sitting there, and she'll go through moods, but she's not saying anything. And I think that that's awesome. I think that Glenn Close, if she wins, I'll be happy for that. I think Lady Gaga, if she wins, I'll be very disappointed. Yeah,
I would be. I agree.
You know, she might take one home for best song. So
She
I
will.
agree.
She is.
Yeah.
She will.
Yeah,
for this
totally.
song. Because Everything Is Not Awesome is not nominated this year.
damn it.
So next category is Best Director. Franco Cuarón for Roma. Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite. Spike Lee for Black Klansman. Adam McKay for Vice. Paweł Pawlowski for Cold War. Mike. There's only one winner in this movie. But go on.
Yeah. All right. Alfonso Cuarón. Yeah. I think he's going to take it.
Rigo?
Yeah, I agree. I just feel like, I don't know, with those three guys that are friends, you know,
The Three Amigos.
they're just like
They're
dominant.
just so inspirational. I love it.
It's like it's your turn. You take it this year.
Alejandro
It's you. Yeah.
Inarritu, Alfonso Cuarón, and Guillermo del Toro.
And you know the worst
Three
part is that
Amigos.
like their movies have not sucked, and so like I don't feel annoyed or angry that they're winning all the time, but I really feel like they might just shift it on this one a little bit. But you're saying Cuarón?
Yeah, I'm saying
I'm also putting Cuarón here, but I think that the underdog in this one, who's the second runner-up, is Spike Lee. I feel like if Spike Lee doesn't win for the best picture, and I'm already giving mine that one, then it's going to be switched. So Roma's going to win best picture,
Got you.
and Spike Lee will win
I see.
director.
That's a good
so
point.
I feel like that's where it might just go differently.
Which really
Kylie
doesn't
is-
happen often, though. Like,
yeah.
mostly when the best director wins the Oscar, that means automatically the best picture.
Yeah, I agree.
As well.
But not always, though, because just recently as La La Land and Moonlight.
That's right. That's right.
I believe
They got best direct. No,
the best director
film,
got La La Land
yeah.
and best film was Moonlight.
Moonlight. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's interesting. Two directors that are nominated in this field are for best foreign film as well, like Roma and Paweł Pawlowski for Cold War. That film is not even in the best picture category; it's in the best foreign film. So it's interesting that they got two foreign film directors.
It's really strange that they would put a foreign film in the best. It's super weird.
So, all right, but I'm also going with Alfonso Cuarón.
Yeah. Same thing.
And now, best picture, we have Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Roma, Green Book, A Star Is Born, and Vice. Rigo, you get to go first.
Okay, like I said, with the exception of The Favorite and Green Book, which I haven't seen yet, looking at all these movies, I have a reason for each one to win. Like I really want Black Panther to win because universally that movie was loved by everyone,
and it did such a good job as far as narrative storytelling, utilizing superheroes.
Yes, and
my issue was with CGI. It wasn't that good with CGI.
It won the SAG Award for the equivalence to Best Picture, which was Best Ensemble.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to have history for the first time, a movie winning Best Foreign Picture and Best Picture. So I'm going to go with Roma.
That would be killer. Okay. Interesting. I didn't.
Except I think Cold War is going to beat out Roma in Best Foreign Film.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Dan might be right on this one.
Yeah, because actually, Cold War for foreign film is... Anyways.
Yeah. I kind of feel like there are several movies in here that shouldn't belong, but I know that they were put in there because obviously there was so much like celebrity buzz around it. Bohemian Rhapsody being one of them, and Star Is Born being another one. I don't think they shouldn't qualify as best films. Honestly, there are better films out there. One of them being Leave No Trace Behind.
I disagree. I think A Star Is Born, even though I was disappointed with it, but it still had the Oscar quality. It was just a story with itself. That was a issue with it, but I feel Bradley Cooper did a great job directing it, and I did.
I honestly felt like it was such a badly edited movie. But okay, moving on from there. So what I'm going to say is Black Klansman. If I can choose a movie that represents our current time, and usually the Oscars likes to pick movies that do that, then Black Klansman is the quintessential representation of why all lives matter. And if they really want to make a message, that's the movie you nominate. That's the movie who wins. And I think that Spike Lee stepping onto that stage, he deserves getting an Oscar for making this movie. So if assuming he doesn't get Best Director, then it will go to somebody else. But I think that it's definitely Black Klansman.
I would be very happy if Black Panther wins. I'd be very ecstatic. But I have a feeling, but I know that Roma is going to win. So Roma's my pick.
Roma's your pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Mike,
shoot.
it's all on you. Don't mess it up. So far, wait. No, go on, Mike.
No. Okay. You know what?
Are you gonna pick A Star Is Born?
No. You know what? I'm gonna go with Black Klansman.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So again, Rigo, what was your choice?
Roma.
Roma.
Roma to double dip.
Okay. Z, you're Black Klansman.
Black Klansman.
I'm Roma, and you're Black Klansman.
Yeah,
as
it'll
well.
be interesting if Roma takes it though.
I would. Yeah.
So that's our Oscar predictions. So you
Yes.
gotta tune in February 24th to watch the Oscars live. There's no host, so that should be interesting.
That's gonna be weird, but I will be drunk live tweeting this. So if anybody's on
And
Facebook,
Facebook too. Yeah.
yeah. So just jump on there and comment. I will probably be thinking about what I want to do as far as like my silly commentary. But feel free to jump in and give your opinions on the wins. I will be shouting, so it would be fun.
Also, comment. What do you think is going to win for Best Picture and the other categories as well?
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. And thank you so much, Rigo, for being on the show.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Rigo.
guys. Thank you.
And we're back with all new seasons, so we'll be back every week now.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Z, as
Thank
well.
you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Dan.
Now I'm Dan the Man Muñoz, and I say make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. If you're watching us live on Facebook, thank you so much. Or on YouTube, thank you. Subscribe to our channel. And also visit our website at moviemenupodcast.com. And we will be back next week with the all-new episode of Movie Menu Podcast. Thank you, and goodbye.
See you later.
2,
Bye, guys.
3, 4. Let's keep it